Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong 64. In the last episode, we got, well, a lot more golden bananas in Frantic Factory, and in this episode, we're headed off, back into the factory. I know we've been in the Frantic Factory for quite some time now. Bear with me, please, because this level, it's long, and a lot of the later levels are like this. Not all of them are, but a lot of them are where you have to kind of go back and forth, backtrack one way, backtrack another way, then just to be able to find all of the bananas and golden bananas and everything that every Kong has to collect. Let me see. We got something in here to do with Tiny. Go ahead and get Tiny now, because what I'm basically doing is I'm just going over ground that I've already gone over, exploring to pick up bananas and things that I missed when I originally went over it with different Kongs. That's a lot of what this game and what the later levels are. You may notice a bit of a difference in my voice for this episode. That is because I am actually recording this in a different place than usual, and because I am, I'm using a headset to record instead of my normal usage of a external mic. So, hopefully the audio doesn't turn out too differently or too badly. I do have a bit of an echo effect in my headphones, so I can kind of hear that it sounds decent, but I don't know how well it's going to turn out on the recording. I know that it sounds okay over the mic itself, but, you know, I have no idea how Audacity is going to treat it once it gets there. Alright, a banana medal with Tiny. So, if you do the math correctly, by the end of Frantic Factory, we should have the 15 banana medals that Frankie was asking us to pick up for him at the very beginning of the game. So that being said, basically that means that by the end of this level, we should have enough to go to Cranky's and get his special surprise, whatever that might end up being. So we're making decent progress. We're only 2 minutes into the video, we've already got another golden banana for Tiny. I'm going to get Chunky out. I don't know how well you guys were able to see, but when I was walking down that corridor with Diddy, there was actually a gate back here on the left that Chunky could batter down, and that we could be able to get another golden banana. Of course, it's in a banana barrel, but whatever. Go ahead and pick these up. Let's see which minigame we've got to play. Ah, Stash Snatch. This is another variation on Mad Maze Mall. Collect all the coins, then head for the checkered flag. And unfortunately, this one doesn't have the awesome music. It just has the basic minigame music, which is kind of disappointing. Because I love the music in Mad Maze Mall. Now, one thing about this game, I believe the coins sort of tell you where you need to go, or maybe they don't. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, this, obviously it's a maze. I'm gonna try to explore everywhere just in case I miss a coin. I'm gonna go back down this way. Excuse me. Yep, here's one that I missed. So, yeah, I honestly don't think you play this game more than maybe twice in the entire game. It's really not, you know, it's just a simple variation on the Mad Maze Mall concept. You know, we got them all, we can go ahead to get to the checkered flag. Not really all that impressive, not really all that, you know, difference. Got a puppy trying to climb up my lap. Sorry, no. Kipper, no. No. Yeah, our dog's name is Kipper. We actually have 3 dogs. But, he loves to sit in my lap, and unfortunately I can't hold him in my lap right now because I've got a controller in my lap. Which I suppose I could probably hold my controller over him while he's sitting in my lap, but I think he's kind of lost his interest now. Okay, we'll switch back to Diddy. Now that banana port might seem like it doesn't make much sense, but really it does. Because, let me show you something. Something I just figured out last couple of times that I played through this. See this window here? We can't get through this window, but the room beyond it, obviously we need to get to. This banana port actually takes us to Funky's, which is directly bordering on the room that we were just looking at. So the banana warp doesn't take us to some random location. It actually takes us to some place directly connected with where we just were, only it's connected through a window. Interesting design choice there by the game developers, but I like it. I like the idea. Very, very. I wouldn't call it interesting, but it is very. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. Very well designed, I suppose. They probably. I'm fairly certain that they did that on purpose. We get up to the top of the box here and jump into Peril Path Panic. This is another game that you're going to have to be playing throughout the game. Shoot the claptraps to clear the fairy's path. Press A to fire a melon, and shoot the melon to reload. This is another pattern game, just like the one with the turtles and the snakes, remember from a couple of levels ago? This is one of those ones where you want to get into a set rhythm and a set pattern, and don't deviate from that pattern. The whole idea here is to try to keep all of the claptraps down for the maximum amount of time possible. Now, this version of this wasn't that hard, but later on, they're going to get fairly difficult, where you have to be constantly switching, reloading, getting all of the... Go ahead and jump up here and collect Diddy's third golden banana. So we're only missing 2 golden bananas here now. Pretty good. We might actually be able to finish this level in this video. How awesome would that be? Oh. Yes, I saw those bananas there. I'm going to go get them. And here's the other room where we can see those domino and dice enemies that we fought with Chunky in the last episode. Not that there's anything really different about them. They're basically the same. They're basically just reskinned Kremlings. They have the same exact attack patterns and animations. There, Diddy's 100%ed except for that last golden banana. Which I know exactly where that banana is as well. So, let me see now. I need to switch to Tiny because there's something right over here that we need to do with Tiny that we haven't. I was debating with myself whether I wanted to do at the end of last episode, but I didn't. So, nice segue into this episode where we will be able to do it. So yeah, we should be able to finish this level off in this episode. And then we'll probably be doing some extra... Oh, well, we'll see. I was thinking about doing some of the extra stuff that we can do in this level, like doing the Donkey Kong game a second time at the end of this episode, or in a separate episode. I'm not quite sure if I what I want to do with that yet. Alright, so this area is a, actually another mini-game that isn't part of one of those mini-game barrels. Okay, so, this game, it's basically darts. You just shoot the item that shows right there on the next. But the problem is that the hitboxes for the items are not great. You can see that there. Mostly because Tiny's feathers are actually completely two-dimensional, despite the fact that they're animated in 3 dimensions, which means that they have a really hard time hitting a 3-dimensional target, or even a 2-dimensional target on a different plane. See? It's like, you think you're on target and on time, but you're either too late or too early. So what I usually do is I try to aim for the wide end of the target area, and just hope that the hitboxes are being generous. And I try not to move my cursor too much either, because that can mess you up. You find a sweet spot, and then just do it timing. Especially when it starts going faster. But it's not that difficult. Alright, so 4 with every Kong except for Diddy. There's a banana fairy that just appeared there. Now remember, we already got the other banana fairy here. Donkey got it for us in the very first episode we had here. So, we want to go and get that other banana fairy now. Now, I noticed that we're missing a lot of bananas for Tiny as well as for several other Kongs. Even though we're not missing a whole lot of blueprints, I'm just going to check my status screen real quick to figure out exactly what we are missing. Okay, so Tiny has her blueprint. She is missing 15 bananas. Lanky is missing 25. He has his blueprint as well. Diddy is completed. Donkey's completed. Chunky's completed. So just Tiny and Lanky that are missing stuff. That's not so bad. I'm pretty sure I know where some of Lanky's are. I don't think I know where they all are. I'm not going to pretend to know where they all are. But I'm glad to know that all of the blueprints have been collected as well. That's good. Okay, here's some for Tiny, right here. Yeah, because that's the thing about this game, is that certain pathways and passages will have bananas for certain Kongs, obviously. And if you don't go in that passage with that certain Kong, you take it with another one, and you forget that those bananas are there, it can be very easy to miss them. And because after you unlock the banana warps, you're not usually going to take those passages again, because you don't want to have to backtrack over all that distance. I'm going to go up here. No, I'm not, because I know what that is. See, I'm pretty more or less actively remembering what's where in this game. As I go through each level, I'm remembering where certain items and things are. See, that's just banana coins. We don't need to worry about those. I hear the bell ringing over there. That means one of the puppies wants to go outside, which means I'm going to have to pause the game real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, the bell means that some of the puppies want to go out. That's, we have them trained to ring a bell by our back door, so that when they need to get let out, they'll ring it. Like I said, I know right where the last golden banana is for Diddy, but I want to find all of the rest of the bananas that I'm missing with Tiny and Lanky before I grab that. Because once we get that last golden banana for Diddy, I want to go on to the boss. Which, the boss in this level is probably my favorite boss in this game. It's the most unique. He's got a great fight gimmick, great design as a boss, and probably the... Well, I'm not going to spoil it. It's just fun. So I'm going to go ahead and... this banana fairy right here. Thankfully, it's a very slow one. Get our capacity upgraded by Miss Queen Banana Fairy. Thank you very much. Now, my voice probably sounds a little bit different today, mostly because of my headset, but I do have a bit of a cold, so I'm going to be a little bit stuffed up. My voice is probably going to be a little bit deeper than usual. Hopefully, it doesn't affect the recording too much. I know I haven't recorded with the headset in quite a long time. I've been doing it with my external mic for a while because I was just happier with the quality that I got that way. So I'm just this episode might be a little bit odd because the quality is going to be a little weird. But I have no idea how much it'll be affected by that, or if it'll be, or really if it'll be affected at all. Because, you know, there's just so many different, there's so many things, factors going into this that, going into a quality recording audio-wise, I don't know how many the headset is going to affect. And if it does, if it'll make that much, all that much of a difference. Okay, I think I found 10 of Lanky's bananas right here. Okay, so he's just got 15 left as well. I know they're not in there because Lanky can't get past that first piston in that area. I certainly hope they're not at the top of this tower, because that would really tick me off. That's the tag barrel. Usually, bananas are some of the things that actually have the best draw distance in this game. You can actually see them from quite a distance away. Get out of here. Yeah, I honestly don't know what those last 30 bananas are. Whoa, 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 wait. One, I saw one banana bunch there. Two. So there's there's 10 of Tiny's bananas right there. See, I had a feeling that there were bananas there in that alcove, but I thought that I'd gotten them already. I guess not. Okay, I just realized how long it took me to get those last 10 bananas with Tiny, and I'm probably going to cut footage from when I found them with Lanky to here, because that was like a good 5 or 6 minutes of footage that I absolutely do not need to show you guys, and I still have to find those last 15 bananas with Lanky. But I'm going to head to the R&D room right now because that's where Diddy's last golden banana is, and hope that I find them on the way. If I don't, I'm going to, before I go to the boss, I'm going to cut footage until I find those last 15 bananas, but right now we're going to do with Diddy. I don't know if... This is the room that the golden banana is actually in. You can see those vines up there. There's actually a Diddy switch up on that platform that we didn't press before. But there's no way to get up there except through that passage that we fell through with Donkey Kong to actually go to that little shack that activated the factory. Remember that a couple of episodes ago? So that's where Diddy's last golden banana is up on that platform. I'm gonna have to switch to Diddy. I believe it's an unmarked door. Nope, wrong one. Because it does have a hole like that, but it's also it doesn't have a pole to climb down. It's just an empty hole, like this one. So you can see they kind of use the coins to tell you, hey, dummy, you're supposed to go this way. There's something over here for you. Even though the coins are basically useless to us at this point. Go ahead and hit that. Now, if I remember correctly, this is actually a bit of a jerk, because they give you 20 seconds, and if you fall, you have to loop all the way back around to get to that bonus barrel again. And this is the hardest minigame in the game. Herd the beavers into the pit. Press A to jump and B to scare them. I hate this game so much. I have never been able to figure this game out. I got close last time I played through this game. Basically, the idea is to get as close as possible while pressing B constantly without actually touching the beavers, because for some reason touching them causes them to not be able to get into the pit in the middle. But at the same time, it doesn't always... It's like the beavers are purposely programmed to not go anywhere close to the way that you want them to go. So, you've got beavers running around in circles, you've got stuff falling off. You know, you're trying to get as many as you can into the pit and not run into them, because if you run into them, for some reason they glitch so that they don't go into the pit. You try to get as many in as you can and nothing happens. They just stand by the edge of the pit and waddle back and forth like little stupid heads, and you run out of time. This is the easiest version of this game, and yet I still lost. And it's only going uphill from here, folks.
Welcome to bonus stage.
This game sucks. I don't know what they were thinking when they programmed this game into this game. I guess it's just... I don't know. This is easily the hardest part of this entire game. The hardest part of Donkey Kong 64 is this minigame right here. This game has kept me from getting 100% in this game overall several times, because there are versions of this minigame right up to the very, very tail end of this game. In the very last level, some of the very last golden bananas that you collect are this minigame. That's right, you actually have to play this game more than once per level. They knew it was the hardest game that they put in this game. And they didn't care. They were like, you stupid gamer. You think you can get this? Rare's a British company, that's why I gave him a British accent. You think you can beat this game? Well, forget it. Beaver bother. Darn it. Alright, I'm going to cut footage again to my successful attempt. BRB. Alright, I finally got it. I hate that game so much. It took me about 10 tries to be able to finish that game. Yeah, 10 tries. Give or take. Yeah, it sucks. I really hate that game a lot. Near as I can tell, the best trick for it is just to run around in a circle and scare them constantly and hope that you actually get it. But I have no idea if that's the way that it's supposed to be done. I doubt it. I'm still missing those 15 bananas for Lanky. So now that I've enlightened you on the fact that Beaver Barrel Bother sucks, I'm going to cut footage until I find those last 15 bananas. And we'll do the boss in its own video after this one. Okay? See ya.